Gaps: good agricultural practices for enhancing food safety on your farm produce. Let's take a look at some of the common pathogens responsible for produce-related foodborne illnesses. In 2011, the CDC put out new estimates that roughly 1 in 6 Americans, or 48 million people, get sick, 128,000 are hospitalized, and 3,000 people die each year from foodborne illnesses. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the pathogens responsible for foodborne illness related to fresh fruits and vegetables. Contaminants most commonly linked to foodborne disease are microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, and parasites. But contamination can also come from agricultural chemicals and physical debris, such as dirt or glass. Contamination can happen at any time in the production cycle, from the field to harvest, through storage and transportation, to the market or the dinner plate. When pathogens are eaten along with fresh produce, they may be able to survive and grow in a person's intestines. Whether this happens depends mainly on how many organisms were ingested, the health and resistance of the person who ate them, and which specific strain of pathogen was present. Fecal pathogens are a particularly common source of foodborne illness, and the fecal material can come from animals or humans. Good hygiene, including hand washing after using the restroom, is an important method for minimizing transmission of fecal pathogens. Pathogens include the bacteria E. coli, Salmonella, Shigella, and Listeria, viruses hepatitis A and norovirus, and the parasites Cyclospora and Cryptosporidium. These microorganisms can be spread in many ways, such as food contact with hands that are not properly washed, or the improper use of manure for soil amendment. Let's look first at bacterial pathogens. The two most commonly occurring are E. coli and Salmonella, which from 1988 to 1998 made up 48% of all bacterial illness outbreaks in produce. Salmonella is found in the feces of humans, birds, rodents, reptiles, and insects. It grows best at temperatures between 41 and 113 degrees Fahrenheit, so could easily multiply in cool wash water. It does not grow at refrigeration temperatures, but would soon start multiplying again once produce warmed to room temperature at a farmer's market. E. coli is associated with the intestines of warm-blooded animals, including humans, cattle, and deer. It belongs to the family of coliform bacteria, many strains of which are harmless and live peacefully in human digestive systems. However, the strain E. coli O157H7 can be deadly. Shigella is a pathogen of human fecal origin and is the third most common bacterial pathogen of foodborne illness. Shigella are a family of bacteria that cause diarrhea in humans. Produce may become infected by food handlers who forget to wash their hands after using the bathroom, or irrigation water that is contaminated by sewage. Listeria is a naturally occurring soil bacteria and is not a fecal pathogen. It grows best between 32 and 113 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it can reproduce itself in wash water and grow while produce is refrigerated. Mortality rates for diagnosed cases of listeriosis are high, 20 to 25%, a much higher percentage than found with either Salmonella or E. coli infections. In 2011, Listeria-contaminated cantaloupe caused 30 deaths and 146 illnesses in one of the worst U.S. foodborne illness outbreaks since the CDC began tracking in 1970. Viral pathogens include hepatitis A and norovirus, both also transmitted through a fecal-to-oral route. Uncooked contaminated foods are a recognized source of hepatitis outbreaks. For example, a 2003 green onion outbreak caused illness in over 660 people, and 4 people died. In 1997, over 2.6 million pounds of strawberries were recalled due to exposure. Of all the pathogens causing foodborne illness, norovirus is the most common. Based on 2011 CDC estimates, 58% of all food illness is attributed to norovirus. Each year it causes about 21 million illnesses, 70,000 hospitalizations, and 800 deaths. Finally, parasites associated with foodborne illness include Cyclospora and Cryptosporidium, which are also fecal pathogens. Worker hygiene, water testing, and water treatment are the best ways to avoid produce contamination by both Cyclospora and Cryptosporidium. Use safe, potable, drinking water quality water to wash or process fruits and vegetables and to make ice for produce storage. Preventing produce contamination is one of the most important aspects of GAPS. Removal or remediation after contamination is found is costly and less effective.